you seen the breaking of a man? You take it all again, as if the house we made was laid across the sand. Oh Lord, the penalty for suffering can seem so hard. Dreaming the days when everything's so dark. Tried to walk good, but that road started to show.
Here we are, swim leg number 5, Tashmoo, where I wound up 2 days ago, and I got a special guest with me today. This is a friend, a gentleman who has gained some significant notoriety in the music world. This is John Forte, once a member of the Fugees, now a successful solo career. Thank you for being here.
Well, thanks for actually inviting me to sit with you and speak with you and to participate in the important work that you're doing. I grew up a voracious reader. I would isolate myself for hours at a time growing up in Brooklyn, New York. That was my form of escaping, reading. And I thought that was what kids did. But I didn't realize that within my community I was perceived as an anomaly. It wasn't the norm. So when a guidance counselor saw me or identified me as special, that was great in and of itself. But well, what did it mean that I was special? How come I was picked out? How come I wasn't more a part of the status quo? And that's when you learn about people learning differently. And with that, the pressures of academia, the ones that are imposed institutionally and then the ones that are imposed socially. I didn't necessarily, want to fit in at the exclusion of my friends, especially when it comes to the sort of ridicule that comes from all different directions. In 2001, I was convicted of a first-time nonviolent drug offense. It was the first time I was ever in trouble, but it was a risk that I took knowingly, and I paid a heavy price for it. I was sentenced to 168 months in federal prison. But during that time, I was able to use what I'd learned from institutions like Exeter, like NYU. To help others, and I noticed, in that system, very, very much so, which was already so disproportionate, there was an overwhelming sense that there was no connection to academia, and while I would read, I had a lot of my friends who would come to me in confidence and would say, John, I would love to read, but I don't know how.
The breaking of a man, you take it all again, as if the house we made was laid across the sand. Oh Lord,
Well, that was interesting. There was a lot of chop out there. It was I was bouncing around a lot. I mean, it was a fine swim. It was weird. I was getting caught in these eddies, so I would be kind of sighting myself, and I'd see the same house and stroke for about 35, 45 seconds, look up, exactly where I was before. Then I'd plow forward, and all of a sudden I'd make a huge amount of progress.